Hello, what I'm here today to talk about is a little fix that I came across. I had a problem with this. It's a Seat. I couldn't tell it's an Altair, I think, but I think a lot of these are the same. And this is the one that has the electrical connection on the back. Now, ignore this because I've already modified this. I wish I'd taken some photographs of before. But it's that one that's got the little plug there and then the 3 bolts, and it's the electrical one. So when you push the switch, there's no lock in it. When you push the switch, it activates an electrically operated solenoid and the boot opens. Now what I did, I took this cover off. That gets very, very sticky apparently. People like to oil it up and whatever because these things stick out. Now if I left this in here, you can see where that little blob of glue is and that little switch is. That's what I've replaced. See if I can get that to focus. Now the old switch is like got a little flat plate which contacts, when you put this back in, it contacts this shoulder on here. And I wondered if I could put that in there and if I could get it to the right height and it would work. And I thought, well, here we go. I've got some of these switches kicking around. I got them off eBay. They're tiny little things, as you can see. And I think I got 25 of these, I think, for like £2 or something stupid. Incredibly cheap, literally pence. Now, if I can get this to focus again, it's a tiny little thing. Click, 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 same thing. It's a push to make switch. And bearing in mind, of course, all you're going to do is open the boot and that's it. It doesn't stay open. It's very low current, low wattage. It doesn't need to be massive. It's only a trigger. So I thought, right, well, if I get one of those, get some super cheap speaker cable we had kicking round, and if I just solder those on the end like that, cut a little length of it off. This really is grotty old cable. In fact, there we go. Let's put the cleaner end on for you. So all I did was pare that back a little bit, little dab of solder, and soldered those two on there. Cut about 4 inches off here. In the back of there, where the 2 copper contacts go through to the original plug, what I did, I just got a bolt, put this thing down on got a little bolt, and then just tapped the contacts down, and they drove through the plastic out to the other side, came out the other side, and then I could just get in there and work them out with a screwdriver and pull them out with a pair of snipe nose pliers and what have you. So what I had to do to get the cable through, I had to just put a drill through, which was about 5mm or something, just to get this cable through to the back here. Measured it up and thought, yeah, that's about the same height. So I'm getting a sort of profile about there. Fixed it in and thought, right, okay, well, it doesn't need to be much. So what should we use? So I just use a hot glue gun. As you can see, there's the blob of hot glue. I put a little bit actually underneath the switch itself, and before it's set, I positioned it and then pumped it in there. But as you can see, so we've got a little contact. And I thought, right, okay, let's give it a try. So let me put this back together and I'll show you how we're getting on. Right, got the cover back on, set it up. So as you can see, it actually now closes as well properly. What you can't do with the old one, you press the switch and you'd actually hear it go click. This one doesn't. You can't actually hear it. It's just because that little switch is just a lot quieter than the other one. But there you go. As you can see, there's the 2 wires poking at the back. Now, let's get this tested. 1 second. Okay, so I've got it connected up. Just the probes on the back there. Old meter. That's all we need. Okay, you can see there's the switch back in, mounted, the 3 bolts holding it. And where the plug used to plug in, this one here, all we need to do now is connect those to that. Now, I suppose you could cut the plug off and you could splice it or whatever, but what I'm going to do is just get some pins that will go in there. I think we've got some in the connector box here. That's looking a bit green anyway. I'll give that a bit of a spray. But the reason I don't want to cut this connector off is if at some point in the future somebody's going to replace the switch with a pucker brand new one, then it'll just be take this one out and plug this one straight in. But for now, let's just get this in there and then see how we go. Now I've just checked in our little connector box if I can get this to, we've got these little round ones. Now I've just checked, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this one-handed, I don't think so, but it might, yeah, there we go, that fits perfectly. So I'm going to put 2 of those on there, that's a good connection, tuck this out of the way and see how we go. Okay, so that's those 2 in there. So let's just activate the bar on the lock. Come down here. And there's that. Go again. Obviously you've got to lock it or it won't activate. Obviously if you press it now, won't do anything because the lock's actually not latched. So what I've got to do is just tidy this up a little bit, tuck it out the way in here, and that'll do us. There you go, that saved a few quid. Thanks for watching.